that sits on here, and this is the airbox, and then the rubber snorkel sits inside here and goes down inside. Well, I just took a cutoff wheel and just ground them because they're basically plastic rivets. That's all they are. Or just it's actually plastic pegs that were just melted down to hold that little piece over the top of this. So I just took handy dandy die grinder and just whizzed it right off. Now the plexiglass that is supposed to go over this doesn't fit quite in there because it's curved here, right here and there. You'll find out. So I just took the same cutoff wheel, cut it down to size, and then I marked a X for the top right corner. And I can feel it on the outside, but I highly doubt you can even see the X on there. So that way I know which way I put it in, because it's not form fit. It's, you know, whatever you can get to work for it. So that's just one helpful thing that I found you might need to know. And these do not go all the way through, so there will not be a hole there unless you put one there. So just grind the top of it off, you know, and then you just peel it right up and it comes off. And then I got these drilled. I used a 1/8 inch drill bit. Now that's a little tight. The screws, you actually have to screw them in. You can't just push them through. But I'm going to put some blue Loctite on it, thread lock. It's going to be a real pain to get my hand down in through the top there and get the bolts or the nuts on the back side so I can screw it in. So that's where I'm at right now with this. I just figured you might want to know before I actually install the plexiglass. I'm going to silicone around the holes and around the main hole here to cover it up. Alright, here's the latest. Up here, I forgot to tell you earlier, on the top of the air box, there's two little plastic nubs that you just got to grind them puppies off. I used high temp RTV because, well, that's what I've got. And it's still silicone, so it's a gasket maker, sealer, so I don't see any problem with it. But that's what mine looks like. Not pretty, but hopefully effective. And it smeared pretty good throughout the whole entire thing, so it's got quite a wide gap to go through to get any kind of moisture in there. I did notice that when you screw these together, and by the way, sticking your hand in there to get them nuts on the backside, that is real fun. I put, like I said earlier, some thread lock on there just to make sure them things stay where the hell they're supposed to. Yeah, putting your hands in there, it's just a matter of getting it finagled in the right way or finding someone with tiny hands. That's not too difficult though, I got it done. So that's where I'm at right now, and now I am going to go on to the next actual real step, which will be cutting the holes in the front of this to put the tubes in. Alright, so I'm going to get that done and then let you know if there's any problems or if there's any helpful tips that can come back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, that was definitely a pain in the ass. What I was doing was cutting the holes in the airbox and installing the pipes that you're supposed to install with the metal lock rings on back. Recommendation. It says drill right on the center of this rib right here. Alright, I would notch that out where you're going to actually start, because the damn drill just slides off either top or bottom, and it really is so tight that you need to drill it right in that center. Because now I got a big gap up here. Hopefully I got enough silicone on top. And then on this side, it actually went the opposite way. So now I've got a gap on the bottom, but I got so much silicone in there, it's actually kind of dripping down. Let's see if I can't. Lick my finger a little bit and kind of pad that up in there. But there's so much silicone on there, I don't see any problems. I got tons of silicone on the inside. Got these 14-inch tubes on. I don't know if I'm going to do any more tonight. Probably clean up here in a little bit. That's probably the hardest part, is getting that box done. Oh, and watch inside these nuts right here. There's little metal collars. I dropped one. I left it off the front one. There's only 3 bolts that hold that thing on. So hopefully that's no big deal. I mean, pretty damn solid in there. Probably not supposed to be that solid because the front's supposed to have that collar in there and it's supposed to move. But these instructions are kind of vague. Like, I'm looking for the CVT outlet under the left floorboard and to apply heat tape. Well, first of all, my exhaust runs on the right side. The CVT outlet is on the right side. I think they just kind of made a blanket, you know, instructional instructions they gave us. But I don't see nothing over there. There ain't nothing there at all. Because the only thing there is my fuel tank, which I do got to get to the breather for it. So I got to figure out where that is. But here's the outlet. Here's the intake. Those should actually be pretty simple. Just figure out where to route them. The easiest for me, you know, whatever suits my needs. And just run them up here. Because these, after you get the fender on, are actually gonna, you gotta point them in towards the center, the holes that you cut in the fender, and then the 90s that go in there, they want them pointing in towards the center. So these are gonna actually be like this, pointed like that. So I probably might not do them exactly at a 90. I'll do them whatever these fit. Without this radiator in here, and I really recommend, if you're gonna do it, might as well do them both. And do it at the same time, because this would be just such a pain in the butt to try and do it twice basically. But that's where I'm at so far. These holes were a real pain in the butt, and yeah, you really do need a 2-inch. You can't use a 2 1/8, 2 1/4. That'd be way too big. And you really wanna snug these on hard. You know, I kind of twisted them as I had a screwdriver inside here, tightening them up. That seems to get them really tight, and they're in there pretty dang snug. The silicone I'm using is high temp RTD silicone, and it's a 24-hour cure time. So I think I'm going to let this stuff sit and cure, because I got that to cure, them two tubes, the 45s, and then the 2 tubes, because you got a silicone around there, and then you put the hose clamp on. So that's where I'm at right now. And I'll continue on tomorrow. I got today and tomorrow off, so I'll talk to you later.